Sit back and throw one back with your pinky in the air and a middle finger to the world, and join me, the eclectic gentleman Stephen Watts, as we look back on this day in pro wrestling history. But before we do, put that drink down, like, share, and subscribe, and without further ado, let's get our wrestling history on. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it is May 23rd, and we're going to start off as we always do on a positive note. That's right, these are your pro wrestling birthdays. 1950, wrestler and manager extraordinaire, Frenchie Martin. 1983, watch out, it's Alex Shelley. Of course, on the flip side of that coin, your pro wrestling deaths for May 23rd. 1999, Owen Hart. 2020, Hana Kimura. Alright, enough of the sad stuff. It's time to get to the meat and potatoes. That's right, these are your pro wrestling history highlights for May 23rd. Jumping in that Wayback Machine and going all the way to 1906, Frank Gotch defeats Tom Jenkins to regain the American Heavyweight Championship in a 3-falls match that lasts 57 minutes. Fast forwarding 59 years all the way to 1969, where we see Wilbur Snyder and Leo Nominelli defeat Hard-Boiled Haggerty and Gene Kiniski in Minneapolis, Minnesota for the AWA World Tag Team titles. 1978, the Yukon Lumberjacks defeat Worldwide Wrestling Federation Tag Team Champions Dominic DeNucci and Dino Bravo for the titles. 1980, New Japan Pro Wrestling and the WWF have a combined show in Hasama, Japan, with such matches as WWF Champion Bob Backlund and Tsunami Fujinami fighting Dusty Rhodes and Stan Hansen to a no contest, and Antonio Inoki defeating Hulk Hogan via disqualification. 1983, the WWF televised a card on both the USA and MSG networks for Madison Square Garden, with such matches as WWF Champion Bob Backlund defeating Sergeant Slaughter, a rare Dusty Rhodes appearance where he pins Samu with a flying crossbody, and Rocky Johnson fighting WWF Intercontinental Champion Don Morocco to a curfew draw, as Morocco was trapped in a sleeper. The crowd believed Johnson had won the title due to the nature of the finish. The USA Network broadcast ended with the champion in the sleeper and the bell ringing. Moving to the decade of grunge, 1992, Steve Austin defeats Barry Windham for the WCW television title in Atlanta, Georgia. 1993, the first ever WCW Slamboree takes place in Atlanta, Georgia at the Omni. In a dual main event, you have NWA World Champion Barry Windham defeating Arn Anderson after hitting him with the title belt for the pin. And then Davey Boy Smith defeating WCW World Champion Big Van Vader via disqualification after the use of a chair. Those were your short but sweet pro wrestling history highlights for May 23rd. I'm the eclectic gentleman Stephen Watts, and we'll see you tomorrow.